Summer handbags you should buy if money was no object. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Celesta. We talk about all things luxury shopping and handbags. If you love those things, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification. I do post videos every week. So I thought this would be a fun little video to kickstart summer. And I know it's not officially summer yet, but it's been like 80 degrees where I live. And so in my head, we're already in full swing summer. Like AC needs to be on. We're ready for it. And I'm also heading to my honeymoon soon. We are doing like Euro summer, but only for a couple weeks. And so we will be going to Portugal, Spain, and south of France. So I thought this was like the perfect video to do like Euro summer / summer handbags I would get if money was no object. Some of these are a little bit more realistic than others, but let's just jump right into it. Okay, so I feel like the first bag we have to start with is the Handbags Mini Kelly, the Picnic Kelly. This is as summer as any bag can get. I actually have no idea how much these retail for, but they're on the resale market. I think the lowest I've seen is maybe 50,000, and then the highest I've seen is like 80 to 90,000. This is like the creme de la creme for like Birkin and Kelly collectors because this is just so highly sought after. This is not the most practical bag. Aside from the size of the bag, it's already like it's not very practical. It's also very seasonal because it's kind of in that wicker picnic basket material. However, this in the south of France, in Cannes, are we seeing the vision? Like this would be so cute. Am I personally going to spend $80,000 on the resale market to buy this? Probably not. But you know, this is just a fun bag that we have to start with because I feel like this is just so summer. On the hierarchy of like summer bags, this is top tier. The next bag is the Loro Piana L19 in this like yellow color. I'm kind of in a yellow phase right now, which I'm a little bit shocked by because I'm usually like a cream, peach, pink, beige, like that kind of girl. And yellow is just like a little bit of a warmer shade of beige, right? And so I've kind of been like, okay, I kind of love it. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure. And I'm at this point now where I'm like, I kind of might want to buy a designer handbag in butter yellow. And I was kind of looking on different websites and, you know, things like that. And I feel like the most realistic and the most practical option would be to get a bag that's like in the $200 to $300, maybe $500 price range that is in butter yellow. So I get a taste of getting something in this color without full send, like thousands of dollars invested, and come to find out in a couple months, actually, I don't like yellow, you know? So I feel like that would be the responsible decision. However, the heart wants what the heart wants. And Loro Piana does this beautiful butter yellow, buttercream color. In a perfect world, they would have it in gold hardware. I have seen it in gold hardware. I saw it on TikTok where they have it in gold hardware, but on their website, it's only in silver hardware. I've also heard that the L19s are allegedly harder to get than a Birkin. And if I have no luck getting a Birkin, I can't imagine how difficult this would be to get. To be honest, I've never stepped foot inside a Loro Piana store, never tried to get this bag. Maybe we'll try to get this bag, but I think the color is absolutely stunning. However, they do also have a dupe for the Picnic Kelly. So this one retails for around $6,000, and I feel like this is a really good alternative. And based on what I've seen on TikTok, it's not as difficult to get your hands, obviously compared to the Mini Kelly, way easier, right? But in terms of the picnic version, I hear the different material versions are actually easier to get than the calfskin. I don't know if anyone can confirm or deny that statement, but that's kind of what I've been seeing on TikTok and social media. And I think this is so cute. I mean, if you have an extra $6,000 burning a hole in your pocket and you want to get a very seasonal bag that you're only going to wear a couple months out of the year, I think this is a great pick. I think this is a really good alternative to the Mini Kelly, and it seems like the more affordable option as well. However, as we get more affordable, Suede also has a very similar style, and I feel like the first three bags look very similar in style, and I think this like top handle clutch, almost like vanity bag, but like clutch bag vibe is like just very trendy this year. And every summer there's going to be a raffia bag that's trending, you know, but I feel like this style in particular, kind of this like pochette style, has been really popular in the last year or so. And Suede recently released these summer colors, and one of which is in this like coral pink suede material. I have always thought that like suede was very much fall winter, and I really didn't see it being a spring summer kind of bag. And then I saw it in this pink color and I was like, wait, I'm convinced, I'm sold. Where do I buy? I think this is so cute. I think the only thing that's like kind of holding me back with getting this one is, again, I want it in gold hardware, not silver hardware. You know, beggars can't be choosers. I do think this is a really, really cute style, and I think it might be a little bit more versatile than this next option, which is in mesh. And I could see this being like you're going out to like get rooftop drinks in Greece. Or I also envision like someone carrying this to get drinks at the hotel bar. Very like White Lotus-esque, you know? Well, White Lotus season 2. We don't talk about season 3. But I feel like this is just so cute. It is so chic. It's a fun little spin on the bag, and you're able to style it for summer, pool parties, you know, that kind of vibe. Versus some of the other materials and colors at Suede, it's a lot more formal, a lot more elegant, a lot more like dressy events. Okay, now we have to move over to basket bags, because obviously summer, raffia bags, like they go hand in hand. Every brand has their raffia bag, actually except for Dior. I don't think Dior has like a wicker bag, but I don't think they have. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. Celine has probably one of my favorites. I love my Loewe basket bag. I have a Loewe elephant basket bag, which I love. I think it's the cutest thing ever. But I also really love the strap drop of the Celine basket bag. The Loewe basket bag I have is like quite high up on your shoulder when you're wearing it as a shoulder bag. I don't think it's intended to be worn as a shoulder bag. I think it's mainly worn like crook of your arm. And Celine, however, they thought of it all. They gave us a long shoulder drop, so you can just like throw this over your shoulder. You can put a bunch of stuff in there. I feel like this bag is just very much like Amalfi Coast-esque, because you're able to then put all your stuff in here from the hotel down to the beach club, and you don't need to keep trekking up and down the stairs to go back and forth to the hotel to get your things. And I feel like this is just so perfect. I will say the only thing holding me back with this bag is the price point, because I can get a Loewe basket bag for like $800, $600. The elephant bag was, I think, I got it at the time, it was $1,000. Now I think it's like $1,200 or $1,300. But like, I don't feel as though a basket bag with a logo on it should be more than $1,000. Especially when there's other brands kind of in the similar tier. Like, I view Loewe and Celine kind of similar tiered brands, and it doesn't really make sense that Loewe is able to release one that's like significantly cheaper. Speaking of Loewe, Loewe has a raffia puzzle fold tote, which I think is so cute. I wish they came out with different sizes of this, because this is only in like the large or the medium size, which is probably the most common and the most practical size. But like, you know me, you know I like my stupidly tiny bags that fit absolutely nothing, and I feel like this would be perfect in their like mini fold puzzle fold tote bag crossbody. I feel like that is just so cute. I love the raffia. A lot of people are trying to get their hands on this, and I think also one just feels like it has a little bit more of a design element. Now we have to talk about the Chanel It bag of the year. It is the Chanel 25. Originally, it was just like the Chanel Hobo, and I think because it gained so much popularity and traction, they were like, hell, we're due for another bag of the year, so let's call it the Chanel 25. And this is probably the first It bag from Chanel that's really caught my eye. I know the Chanel Kelly was pretty popular, and a lot of people were trying to get it, and they were saying It bag, you know, whatever. But I don't really feel like it ever gained It bag status like the 25. And I think part of it also is with the 22, with the 25, they gifted it to so many influencers and celebrities and their brand ambassadors, whatever, to try to force you to be influenced. And you know what? I admit it. I'm influenced. When I first saw this, I was like, I'm indifferent. It's cute. I like it on you. Would I personally spend $6,000 on it? Probably not. And then I started seeing it more. And then I see it more, and then I see it in different colors. I'm seeing it in light pink. I'm seeing it in beige. I'm seeing it in yellow. And I'm like, ooh, I like it. I am convinced. Take my card. Where do I pay? And I feel like this is just such a good like summer bag. I mean, I personally feel like a pink bag I can use all year round. Granted, I do love pink. I wear pink quite often, but I feel like this would also be a really good bag. I'm envisioning like Euro summer. Like I am walking around Lisbon, you know, I'm going to the food hall. I am walking around, going to different shops, like just dilly-dallying around town. Like that is what I'm envisioning with this bag. It's big enough to hold my essentials, but it's not too small. It's gonna match my outfits. Like that is the vision, and I think this is so cute. They also released it in a yellow, which I'm kind of like, oh, that is really, really cute. I might see if they have it in the south of France when I'm there, but I've kind of also accepted like, do I really need this? Probably not. Is this gonna make my life significantly better? Probably not, but I think for the time that it is in my collection, it'll be fun. And I think it's okay to admit that like certain bags in the collection that you're adding and curating, they're not forever bags. My Dior book tote is not a forever bag. And so you kind of cycle things in and out as they, you know, as your interests and trends and whatever, and I think that's okay too. The next style is from Cult Gaia, and I recognize that this is on the more affordable side compared to the Picnic Kelly, but I don't think that I would repurchase Cult Gaia again. I have 2 items from Cult Gaia, and the shoes specifically, I just felt like they were terrible quality. I think they were like $600 or something like that. And after the first wear, they started cracking, they're peeling, and it's just like not ideal. And I couldn't believe for the price that you're paying, that is the quality that you're getting. And so I don't think I would purchase this bag despite the price point being on the lower side, but I do think this is such a fun bag to add to your collection. I could totally envision this like getting dinner along the Mediterranean Sea, and like you're watching the sunset, you're in like a cute little white dress, and this bag, hello, stunning, obsessed. I think this is just absolutely beautiful. It's not practical. You're not gonna fit anything in here. Maybe your ID if you're lucky. But I think this is not only like a bag, but it's like a piece of jewelry. It's a statement piece, and I think this is stunning. They also released this gold flower clutch, and I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw the price point. This is like $3,000. You're not fitting anything in here. You're literally holding like a golden rose, and I just like think like Golden Bachelor, like this is so cute. I could see this being like a black tie wedding in like Mallorca. Like that's kind of the vision here. Beautiful scenery, and the bag is just the statement. The next bag we have to talk about is from Chloe. This has actually been gaining quite a bit in popularity in the last couple months. It's kind of this like crochet material. I think this is so fun to take to like the beach club or just to brunch. This also only retails for $17.50, and I say only because it's like we're comparing to all the other bags that have been listed here, and it's really not terrible. However, I'm hesitant about this bag because I, 1, don't think it's going to wear very well with the material, and 2, also is just a very seasonal bag. Granted, all the bags that I listed are very seasonal. I do think this is a really seasonal bag. I think it's going to be a very delicate bag because of the material, and I also feel like it's going to be one of those bags. In my opinion, I feel like Chloe tends to be more of a trendy brand. They kind of come up and down in waves in terms of like what's really popular, everyone's talking about it, and then no one's talking about it, and then it kind of like, you know, comes in waves. Versus some other brands, I feel like with Hermes, Chanel, Louis Vuitton, they're kind of pretty steady in terms of their like demand and the excitement around the brand. And so I feel like because of that, this is gonna feel very dated. I don't want to speak too soon, but I feel like this might feel dated like next year. I feel like this is gonna be one of those bags that's like, oh, that was so 2025, you know? And the last bag, I had to throw this in here because I feel like this is probably, this might be the most realistic, but at the same time, it's like pretty hard to get. While it's not a price point issue, it is a demand and exclusivity issue with this one. This is the peach colored Trader Joe's mini cooler bag. And again, this is perfect for summer, and like the color is spectacular. I think the color is gorgeous. They did release a couple variations of the mini cooler earlier this year, and those were flying off the shelves, and I think by the time I found out about it, they were already gone. And then with the peach mini coolers, I know they just released the larger ones, and the mini ones are projected to come, and I just know it. I feel it in my bones that this is going to be hard to find. Like the Trader Joe's tote bag, those were like impossible to find. I don't know why. And it's interesting because it's very geographical in terms of the demand, because West Coast, California, sold out everywhere. New York, same thing. People in like Houston are being like, oh, I didn't know you wanted these. There's like piles of them at my store. And so it feels very geographical, but at least where I live in California, this is a very high in demand, hard to find item. Okay, so that sums it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was such a fun way to just like kickstart summer, even though it's not officially summer. I feel like the weather is telling me it's summer already. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any summer travels coming up. I can't wait to hear where you guys are going. And also if you guys have any recommendations for Portugal, Spain, or south of France, let me know too. We are heading out very, very soon, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll leave another video for you guys here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!